Hopefully we're live. I'm gonna double check though, because I've been here before. Yes, we're live. We got the wrong name. We're gonna have to log in and change that. But we are on lap 7 at the moment. Let's get the map up. And position changes. So we got Val obviously started in first, is still in first. DJ Millsy, Drix, Viking, bit of a battle going on here. Apollo LCN. Ooh, that's a name change right there. Apollo LCN is in 5th. Viking and Drix wheel to wheel going through this very fast right-hander. We got a bit of a tyre difference too. Apollo on softs, so you'll be looking to make short work of this, depending on the age of the tyres, which we will check now. So all 6 laps, Val pitting. So it could be that the softs are falling off. And yeah, we see LCN pitting. So the medium boys coming through right now. So where's Val going to come out? Behind Drix. I'm just going to very quickly change the title. I can't without stopping it, so we're going to not bother. Alright. Sorry that I missed the start of the race. This was the last minute thing. So I just jumped on to catch the end and get it recorded and streamed for anyone that wants to watch it back. If you're watching though, drop us a message. Oh, never mind, I don't have the chat up. Damn. Ah, well, I'll know that you're watching, don't worry. So we got Viking with, how much has Viking got? 11%, 17%. So Drix has just a little bit more energy. Is going to be looking to stay in DRS, but Viking has successfully broken it by using the energy. There's the line, so Drix will not have it for this first straight. It's really the second one that matters the most though. So we'll see if Drix can recapture it. Other than that, we've got big gaps everywhere. Second the Chinese meal in DRS range of Sinker. So should be looking to keep in range for that next DRS zone, as we see a tyre there on the straight. So a lot of people missing the race tonight. We started with 10 only, and we've only lost 1 so far, so in all fairness though, if there was 20 drivers, we'd probably be at about 10 by now. That's just a joke. Hackenen boys are pretty clean. Is this Hackenen? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Sorry, I don't I don't really know what's going on. Looks like the Chinese meal gets the DRS, really cuts that corner. That's definitely a warning, I would hope. But sometimes the game's a bit funny. So Val in the best position now on the mediums, 9-second gap to Drix, so we should be expecting to see that come down, as we do see a couple tenths taken out of it. Looks like the Chinese meal really getting the engine braking going through those corners. Sinker pulling away slightly, but They both seem pretty even on pace. Sinker, of course, edging up to Cat, so might have the DRS soon. Apollo LCM with the fastest lap. Congratulations, well done. Let's go down. So LCM's really caught up. We've got one stop on soft tyres, so these are pretty new. Let's see how new. 2 lap old softs against hards. Oh, succulent Chinese meals on hards. Maybe even started on hards. Which is interesting. That's a hell of a strat. But we see it, succulent Chinese meal getting past on the DRS straight. Sinker getting closed up on. LCN looking to get a great exit there. Use up the energy, which Sinker does have more of, so you know there's no reason for Sinker to use any. Just wait it out, let Apollo through, get the DRS, and we'll be back to battling out. Ooh, Apollo LCN and succulent Chinese meal. Ooh, the Chinese meal getting a little out of shape. LCN looking to take a long run at this, gets a very nice exit. Sinker gets the DRS too, so closes right up on a succulent Chinese meal. Drix with a 3-second time penalty on those old mediums. I'm liking the line that Sinker's taken through there. Very clean. Keeps it right on the back of a succulent Chinese meal. Ooh, really takes all of that entrance onto the DRS straight too. So is using the energy. Succulent Chinese meal covers off the inside, so Sinker will go around the outside. Does go a little deep, so a succulent Chinese meal has the run out of this corner, and isn't going to use the energy. Definitely could have tried to retake it, but maybe just wants to sit behind through this next section. So we see Apollo LCN has taken off well and truly. Oh, the engine braking. I think you only need to flick down into 4th for that, so 3rd was really screaming the tits off of it. A bit unnecessary, but maybe a succulent Chinese meal just felt that they needed that extra braking, or extra slowing power. Oh, very out of shape on the straight. Gets, puts the ERS down a little early, and tries to jump on the power. Doesn't need to do that. Has the DRS, just go for a clean exit, make Sinker use some energy. Where is Sinker? So yeah, got the energy advantage. As we flick a little bit further forward now, we see Val has taken 4 seconds out of this gap to Drix, so Drix will be looking to go probably 20 laps, 19 laps maybe. So Val could, at the current pace, very much get a run at it. A succulent Chinese meal did get Sinker on that long straight, so Sinker using a little bit of energy. If I go quiet for long periods of time, it's because I'm coughing my head off. Yeah, so apologies for that. Sinker doing a nice job, keeping it clean, has the tyre advantage, will get the DRS for this straight. As we see Val closing down to 2.5 seconds now. Again, just putting the power down a little too early, getting a bit of tyre spin. Further up, we've got Apollo LCN also getting the power down early. Some very nice saves from the Hakkinen drivers so far. We've seen a lot of them. Just in the 5 laps we've been watching. So LCN has the run, has the DRS, isn't using energy, probably doesn't need to. Is going to make it a little later than it had to be, but gets it nice and clean. Does go deep again though, so Cat is going to have the slipstream. Probably not worth using energy though, so wisely just keeps tucked in. Back a little bit further, we've got Sinker still hanging on to the back. And Val now looking to burn some energy and get in DRS, which he has. Viking first into the pits, so possibly going for a 2-stopper here. Onto soft, so could go medium, soft, soft. Whoa! What the? That was weird. That Aussie dude is out. Full safety car. Very, very bad for the Viking, who pitted just before it. Sinker is just at the perfect spot. Comes in. Should be able to go to the end on those mediums. Or definitely will. So, there are 8 left. Big points on offer here for all of the Hakkinen drivers. Very good for Succulent Chinese Mule and Sinker getting past the safety car. Now DJ Millsy should probably, well, will definitely be pitting here. Same with Drix. DJ looking to push the Delta as far as it'll go to get in the pits as quickly as possible. Val will probably be staying out, but could also choose to pit. It's really a choice thing. These tyres will go to the end, but they'll be a little old. So he's going to pit. Drix will definitely pit, has a penalty serve. Well, that was interesting. Not sure what that was. LCN popping in as well. Same with Cat. Viking may just take 2nd place. So maybe it wasn't too bad for Viking. Maybe pitted at the exact right moment. Yeah, has slightly older tyres, but if he's, what's it going to be, 13 laps on softs? It's doable, but it's going to be a stretch, I reckon. Oh, I got the I got the Facebook sounds going off. I'm going to mute that. Sorry about that. We got lots of messages in the global racing chat about tyres. Yeah, so that's Apollo LCN coming out on the hards when selected the mediums. So that's very unfortunate. DJ Millsy in a good spot though. At him first, fresh softs will probably go to the end with no worries. Val though, choosing to come out on the mediums, so Be interested to know um, where the crossover point is. Once the safety car's back in, I mean, is it going to be back in this lap? Could be. If it is, then that's 12 laps on the softs, 13 for the Viking. What's going to happen? I didn't see a notification, so safety car is staying out. So for those that chose the softs, this is fantastic news. Drick's burning off some fuel, so we're going to listen to that. Apollo could have chosen to drop into the pits and get those hard tyres off. Probably, that's probably the right call if you got a fresh pair of softs to go on. Sinker with 2 laps old, mediums, same with a succulent Chinese meal, and then you got more mediums, so they are definitely prime for some overtakes. I don't know, the hards with 10 laps to go, that's going to be rough, but we'll keep an eye out. Hopefully, hopefully LCN can master the hards for the rest of this. It's going to be hella consistent lap times though. We got DJ Millsy burning some fuel. The Viking predictably doing not much under the safety car. Not even warming the tyres. Okay, he's a little bit, so out of the remaining cars, we've got 8 left. DJ Millsy in the best spot. He's obviously in first, has the freshest tyres. Viking with 1 lap older shouldn't be too different. I don't know what the Viking's doing with this constant accelerating and braking. Maybe just warming his feet up. Val, of course, has some insane pace. So even with the mediums could be fine. Drix unfortunately has that penalty, so that could come back to bite them. We will have to see. So Millsy gets us underway. Hopefully we have a clean restart. We've got Cat using the energy, closing the gap. I don't really know what that was, but LCN and Cat both swerved like they were dodging some sort of ghost. Val already dropping back a little bit, struggling to hang on to the back of the Viking. The gap's just getting bigger and bigger. Drix closing up. So for Drix, this is important to get past Val as soon as possible to try and hang on to those those front 2, to look for a podium. We'll need to gap Val though by, what is it, 3 seconds? Let's hope so. 3 seconds. LCN keeping position, but dropping the gap to Drix, so when DRS is re-enabled, will be a little bit of a sitting duck there. Two Alfa Romeos though, on track together. Hopefully they can work together. Apollo LCN just outside of that 1 second range. Val so close to dropping out of it too. Viking all over the back of DJ Millsy. So we've got a bit of a battle going on here. Viking doing a great job conserving that ERS. Ooh, down into third for that one. Drix gets a slightly rough exit there, drops at least 2/10 just on the accelerating out of that corner. Apollo though down to Apollo LCN, sorry, because I think we've got like 3 people with Apollo in their name. Or we've had people with Apollo in their name. If you know, you know. Drix though just outside of range. No DRS yet, so it has the opportunity to claw this back. The Viking patient as always. 90% ERS. We've got DRS enabled this lap, so this is where it's going to happen on this back straight at the end of Sector 1. Viking using just a little touch of the ERS to keep close to Millsy. Sometimes a little bit of ERS now can save you a lot on the straight later on. So we've got big gaps coming though. Viking 3/10 has the rear wing open, is using the energy. It's trying to keep inside the slipstream. He's going to have to go down the inside, but has the run. Ooh, is hot going into there, but manages it fine. Val keeping on the back of these guys so impressively with those medium tires. Drix just dropping back a little bit, which has given Apollo LCN exactly what he needs. Somebody that's fast through the corners to sort of hang on to. This is perfect for LCN and needs to stay here as long as possible, really. We've had Sinker drop back slightly. I think we missed a bit of a wobble. But Apollo could even have a crack at this. Maybe doesn't need to do it now, but could go for the next straight. He's using the energy on and off, so he's going to choose not to, and the Viking gets ahead. Val, Val, very impressive. The pace on these mediums for, you know, battling these soft tires is really keeping on the back of them. It's probably made it more challenging than it had to be. What's going on here? We got LCN. Drix has moved to cover the inside. LCN's like, okay. Goes all the way back. Drix might need to... Okay, he's going to give the space to Cat as well. So a double overtake there on Drix. Not sure that DRS is pretty strong, so it could just be down to the fact that... Ooh, Drix battling back. Cat overshooting, but Drix not trying to send it up the inside. Probably a wise choice. Maybe just looking to stick inside the DRS range. But interestingly enough, it looks like DJ Millsy won't get it. So Viking might just drive away with this now. Yeah, no rear wing open. Fastest lap time. Val with the rear wing open. The DRS active. Very interesting. A little further back, we've got a succulent Chinese meal taking Drix too. So Drix, could be that Drix has some sort of damage. I'm not sure. For soft tires, is dropping a lot of positions. Maybe 6 laps is right at the crossover point. I'm not sure. Viking doesn't seem to be struggling, but if the tyres are crossing over, then Val is in a good position here. Has this long run. What's the energy situation like? Vikings burn a lot, down to 10%. Not too easy to harvest a bunch back here. You've got a lot of fast corners. So a little further back we've got Cat and Apollo LCN battling it out. LCN thinking of the inside. LCN taking that corner very nicely, getting the engine braking to do all the work. Second Chinese wheel riding just a little. Ah, the Vikings pitting, so it is a two-stop. Well, it's a two-stop for the Viking. It's going to be interesting to see if any of the other soft runners choose to come in, or if they're just going to try and hang on. Val, though, now pretty much effectively in first, because if Viking doesn't think those tyres are going to last much longer, then Millsy is going to start struggling pretty soon. A little further back, we've got a bit of a pack here with some DRS on each other. We're going to see Val with the wing open using the energy, but not necessarily committing to it completely. So maybe looking to just burn a bit of Millsy's energy. Interesting stuff. Cat is closing a little bit, so yeah, these softs are definitely falling apart. A little bit further behind. Two cars stacked up behind Cat. This is going to be where some of the interesting moves happen. LCN might have done a good mistake by going onto the hards. It's finding some success with it. It's clearly got the pace. And Val sails into the lead on the first straight. Drix chooses to pit. So Millsy still out on these soft tyres. If he's trying to go to the end, it's going to be rough. We'll have to see if the Viking can catch him. We've got 4 laps and about 12 seconds. Is it 4 laps? Sure, why not? So all along this straight we've got action happening. LCN, oh no, LCN gets a little kick. Ooh, it's a risky rejoin. I would have just gunned it off the track. But still has that little kick of oversteer. A second Chinese Mule and Cat getting very, very close together. Second Chinese Mule chucking it into third again. Just runs wide and Cat keeps calm. That's not easy to say. Ooh, getting on the ERS way too quick there. Huge snap of oversteer. Second Chinese Mule mounting that curb, trying to get the drive out of this straight. Doesn't need to worry too much, I wouldn't think. Has the DRS, so needs to keep it clean. Viking setting the fastest lap, so an absolute charge coming out from the Viking. Has Sinker 4 seconds in front on 10 lap old mediums, so we're going to see the pace and just how much of a difference it's making. We see Cat has taken like a second out of DJ Millsy so far. We got yellow flags. Who is that? Sinker. So we won't really know the pace of Viking just yet. Sinker's had a little spin. Good to see them up and running though. So Viking charging down 9 seconds to LCN, so it could be that DJ Millsy staying out on older softs is going to be the right play. Maybe it's just not enough time to make it back up. I only dropped 2 seconds to Val, so the tyres are getting old, but they're not completely useless yet. Succulent Chinese Meal has brought the gap to just over 2 seconds. Again, jumping on the ERS quite early on that straight. It's probably faster to just be a little more patient, but can understand the desire to get moving as quickly as possible. Millsy keeping that gap at just over 2 seconds, but this is the sector that you're going to notice it. Sector 2 obviously is going to be mostly the same because it's a lot of straight line driving. Sector 3 though, with those fast corners, should be where we see most of that gap dropping. Viking has dropped a second off LCN, but LCN needs to keep this together and could be on for a 5th place finish with a rough tyre mistake, or not a mistake, but wanted the mediums, they mentioned in the chat, so unfortunately got put on the hards. That's a team strategy mistake that they're going to have a word with the engineers about. Here we go though, we can see the huge difference in these tyres through Sector 3. It's come down to a second. Did a Succulent Chinese Meal get DRS there though? No, so DJ Millsy keeping him just out of range. One more lap. Probably is going to struggle to do it for this sector though. Has already dropped a 10th. Viking down to 7 seconds with 2 laps to go. It's going to need to be down to about 3.5 seconds by the end of this one. It's going to be hard going. LCN's going to have consistent times on those tyres for the rest of the race. So we see the DRS open. DJ's light already flashing. 6%. Succulent Chinese Meal overshoots it just a little bit, but keeps it nice and clean. Cat with a penalty though. No. So Apollo LCN on for a 4th place finish here, possibly. Has got to keep it, well, actually, could even get a podium if they can keep in range of these two. DJ Millsy doing LCN a massive favour by holding up this pack though. We can see LCN just gaining and gaining and gaining. It's wiped off 3/10 so far. This is absolutely what LCN needs. Val 5 seconds out in front. Nothing to concern him. Apollo needs to get inside this DRS range, really. If Millsy can hold him up, needs to hold Cat up at least, and will. So LCN definitely has the possibility of picking up at least 1 spot, but possibly could pick up 3. Viking has not got that gap low enough to contest LCN, so it's going to be down to these 3 or these 4 to decide who is going to get those podium positions. Cat looking. Oh, was there contact there? DJ Millsy overshoots the corner, picks up a penalty, and LCN sails past. Okay, so LCN potentially with a 2nd place finish here. Needs to keep it clean through here. Don't use the energy. Stay on the back of a Succulent Chinese Meal. DJ Millsy, I'm not sure if they just outbroke themselves, if there was a bit of a push from one of the other cars. I absolutely missed that, so Drix coming out on the wet tyres, creeping around. So we have Val crossing the line to win the race. A succulent Chinese meal crossing the line, but with the penalty, Apollo LCN into second place. DJ Millsy in fourth. The Viking, with those penalties, has moved up into fifth. Cat, unfortunately, down into sixth. Sinker just about to cross the line in seventh. And Drix, well, are we going to get to see the rest of this lap? Because I'd quite like to see how we go around here. Yep, that was about what I thought was going to happen. Yeah, you can't be doing that. You can't be taking that corner like you're wearing dry tires. Look, the sound of that the sound of that car is absolutely melting my brain right now. So we're gonna zoom out a bit, but it looks good with the blue tires. I like it, but it's slow, you know. And finally, Drix crossing the line, nice and easy to finish 8th. To finish 8th. He's getting a 3-point turn going. Nice, nice. And he's away. Alright, so the Codemasters driver of the day there is Viking, but my driver of the day, if anyone's interested. Now keep in mind I didn't see quali or the first 10 laps, so I have basically no right to give an opinion, but nonetheless, it's still LCN. LCN got, you know, a rough situation with those hard tires, but didn't let it phase them, you know, and that's what's important. Keep your head down, keep your racing going, and manages to get second place after a bit of a collision, or at the very least some difficulties into that heavy braking zone. And yeah, very unfortunate for those drivers, but as always, Val miles and miles ahead with insane pace. So big congratulations there. Massive congratulations to LCN and all the drivers that participated, just the 10 tonight, but 8 finished, so a better percentage than usual. Massive. So well done. Yeah, so like I say, sorry I missed the start. I was not expecting to jump in, but I saw that there was a change of plans. So well done to all the drivers, and I think we have a new commentator starting the Hakkinen series next week. I think it might be Deku, but I don't want to dob anyone in. So yeah. Congrats to the drivers, as always. When the next commentator starts, you know, keep it respectful to the commentators who give up their time to bring you these races and do their best all the time. And yeah, we thank them a lot. And yeah, that's all for me. So catch us next.